Hi Mary C. William friends, it is Mrs. Caldwell here and I'm going over the problem of the day for May 15th. Amy's math notebook weighs ½ pound, her science notebook weighs 7/8 pound, and her history notebook weighs 3/4 pound. What are the weights in order from lightest to heaviest? Show your work. Alright, so what we need to do first is we need to highlight our information. We have ½ pound, a math notebook. We have a science notebook that weighs 7/8 pound, and we have her history notebook who weighs 3/4 pound. It's asking us what are the weights in order from lightest to heaviest. So that means least to greatest. And I'm going to write that down so I don't forget, because remember, lightest is least. So least to greatest. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm taking 3 colors just to help myself out, to better put all my information down in a organized form. I am going to take my purple, and I'm going to make purple my math book. Okay, so my math book is ½ pound. Okay, I'll take my science notebook, will be blue, and my science notebook weighs 7/8 pound. And then last but not least, I have my history notebook, which I'm going to make pink. And my history notebook is 3/4 pound. Okay, so that's my little key to help me out. So I need to take these and I need to show least to greatest. I can do these 3 different ways we've talked about. You can find a common denominator, you can use area model, or you can do linear model. I'm going to show you linear model today, and I'm going to show you common denominator. So I'm first going to do linear model. So I'm going to set up 1/2. So this one's easy. I should have 1/2. All right, we'll move on to our science notebook. Okay, and we're looking at eighths. Well, remember, 1/2 can go into 8. So what would 1/2 be with 7/8? I mean, with eighths, not 7/8. What's half of 8? Good, 4. So that means that it's 4/8 is half. Now I'm going to put 1/8, 2/8, 3/8, 4/8, 5/8, 6/8, 7/8, and 8/8 or 1. And this would be 0. Alright, and I'm going to have my little dot. And I forgot to put my little dot right here. And my 0 and 1, those are important. Okay, so clearly you can see that 7/8 is bigger right now, but we still have the history notebook. You see how my linear models are the same. So we're working with fourths, okay? So again, we have that halfway mark. What's half of 4? Good, it's 2. So that's 2/4. And so then we would have 1/4, 3/4, and this would be 1, or 4/4, and this would be 0. All right, and I'm going to have my circle. So, do you see how important it is to have my linear models the same size? Because now I can clearly see my answer. 1/2 is less than 3/4, which is less than 7/8. But I want to show you also using common denominator. So we're working with 1/2, so we're working with 2. We're working with 8. And we're working with 4. And what we're doing here is we're going to be finding common multiples, okay? All right, so let's find our common multiples of 2. Or let's find our multiples of 2. So we have 2, what's next? Good. 4. What's next? Good. 6. What's next? 8. Good. 10. Good. 12. And we'll stop right there. All right, now we'll do 8. 8. 16. And I'm going to stop there because, look, I have 8 and 8. So I'm going to see for 4 if we have a common multiple of 8. So we have 4, and what would be next? 8. Good. So we found our common denominator. 8 is going to be our common denominator. So guess what? Our science notebook is going to say the same. So now we need to look at our math notebook. Okay? We need to make it into eighths. We have halves. So 2 times what equals 8? Good. 2 times 4 equals 8. Whatever we do to the bottom, we must do to the top. 1 times 4 is 4. Perfect. Okay? Well, we don't have to do our science notebook. It's going to stay as 7/8. And now let's move on to our history notebook. So we have 3/4. And how do we get from 4 to 8? What do we need to multiply by? Good, 2. 4 times 2, whatever we do to the bottom, we must do to the top. 3 times 2 is 6. Good. So now we have our common multiples. And this is showing me right here. First, we would start with 1/2 because this is the smallest. Then that is less than 6/8 because 6/8 is the next smallest. And then which is less than 7/8 because 7 is the biggest number. So this is our least to greatest. And I can even write, math book, science, or history book, and science notebook, but it does ask for the weights. So this is your answer. I hope this helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye now.